Hi, I'm welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we're doing a basic roundup of everything that you're going to see on the channel in the next month. Now, I've just got back off holiday, and for some reason, I seem to have got myself a cold, so sorry about that if I'm a bit... Anyway, it is what it is. Now, since I've just come back from a week away, I decided to write down all the projects that are currently in motion in one form or another, and if I'm confused at what's going on, I'm pretty sure you are. I don't have a second channel to do behind the scenes stuff, so I thought I would drop this video quickly because it's been a few days since I did an unboxing of the Team Associated B7 and while being on holiday, and then there's not going to be anything for another 2 days and people not sure what's going on. So to get it straight in my head, I thought I would put out a little video of the updates of all the projects, and there's quite a few that are kind of starting to get into motion so that you know what you're going to see coming out. Right, so the first thing we're going to cover is this, and again, another reason why I wanted to put this video out quite quickly, and that is the armor center boost that I've been doing on the channel, and I've been upgrading it. Now, the original plan was that I wanted to raffle this off, but as you kind of bought your tickets, instead of like me keeping some profit and putting it to other things, I wanted to put it back into this. Now, the idea is that the armor center has boost box, so I thought it'd be really good to do a build series where I'm basically adding the boost boxes to this, so anybody who's new saw this video and would go, yeah, that's kind of the way I want to go. So that was the plan. Also, I thought it would be good to make more content, but also that the person who wins the raffle doesn't just get a basic armor center, they actually get one that's got loads of upgrades and makes it more desirable. So it's a kind of win-win, and then the idea was that by doing the raffle it would cover all that costs, so I would be able to make content, the winner would get something really cool, and everyone's a winner. Well, that's where it all kind of went wrong, because how it works on raffle is you list what you want to raffle and then it locks it. So you can't change it. You get the idea. If you're buying tickets for stuff and someone goes in and changes it after you've read it, you'd be like, hold on a minute, that's not what I was buying tickets for. Makes sense. But there's an option where you can add prizes. So I thought, in my wisdom, that as I add something new, as the money comes in for the raffle, that I'll just add it as the next prize, because the person who wins it wins all those things. Kind of makes sense. Until the raffle was drawn yesterday, and because I'd added in the four-wheel drive option to this and also the boost box option, instead of getting one winner who wins all of it, which was the plan, raffle picked out 3 people, which completely scuppered it. Now, I was driving back from the airport yesterday, so I was desperately trying to sort the mess out that I'd caused. Now, I've managed to get hold of 2 of the 3 people that won. Now, the solution that I've come to is that the person who won the car, who was JT, he's getting the upgraded center. The 2 people that were also chosen to win the bits that are in this one was Greg Davis. He was picked to win the 4-wheel drive boost box that I've fitted to this. I managed to get hold of him. He understands. I feel really bad for him. So what I kind of thought I would do is I'd do a consolation prize for the 2 people that were picked by mistake after the car. And as there was a few more tickets coming in right at the end, that money, I still have it. I hadn't added any upgrades to this. I was going to split it between the 2 of them, just give them a bit of a consolation prize, as I can imagine it probably is a bit rubbish when you see, oh, I've won the raffle, and then you're like, hold on a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I just win a 4-wheel drive boost box? So after speaking to Greg, we all sorted it all out, and I'm waiting to find out whether he said don't worry about the money. It was very kind of him to do that, but I said, hey, do you want an RCKicks t-shirt instead or something like that? So I'm waiting for him to get back to me, but he's been brilliant about it and he understands. The other person was Ben Sumner. Now, Ben, I've tried to email him twice. I haven't managed to get hold of him. So it's, Ben, if you watch this, get in contact with me, because I can give you a RCKicks t-shirt, or I can give you some of that money that was left over. It's not a lot, it's only £25, but I wanted to do something, as I know it'd be really disappointing. So a complete mess up on that one, and I'm really sorry, and I'll learn for the next one. What I'll do if I ever decide to do this kind of zero profit, like rolling upgrading kind of thing, is I'll just put in the notes of the description you might get extra things or something like that. I need to speak to Raffle themselves to see whether they can actually have it that you can keep adding to the raffle. You're not changing it, you're just adding. Instead of having different people. Anyway, there we go. So I've managed to sort it out. Yeah. Anyway, the good news is there was enough people that put into the raffle that I was managed to get the 3S boost box. This is quite an expensive upgrade for this, but I really wanted to get the win of this to put it in the car, really to bring it to life, as well as I think quite a few of you that are starting out with the Sentry maybe want to do this, but this is probably the biggest and slightly most complicated upgrade, so I wanted to do a detailed video on that, which is going to come next. The first video you're going to see released on the channel after this one will be me adding this. Also, luckily I didn't add to the raffle. Because we're changing the ESC and the motor, this has a single receiver ESC that you can change, but I have this. So I'm going to upgrade the Sentry as well. So JT will win the actual car, but one thing I didn't even list that I was going to add, lucky I didn't, otherwise I'd had another winner, is this, the brand new Relalo transmitter receiver, and being with the colors and everything, it kind of goes together really well. So JT is going to get a 4-wheel drive Sentry boost with upgraded ESC and brushless motor, and I'm going to fit a more decent transmitter receiver for him, as the one that comes with the boost is not quite as good, so we'll get rid of that and you'll have a very sorted Sentry. I think that pretty much covers everything. Now, another project that's kind of halfway through that you're going to see in the next week or two is this, the FMS Toyota. Now, a few of you might have seen the pictures that I posted up on the RCKicks Facebook group, and I fitted the tracks to it, and I've done the running footage as there was lots of snow where I went on holiday, so I thought that'd be really good. And this has been sitting waiting to get snow in the UK, and we didn't have it, so I took this with me and I retrofitted the actual tracks and took it out in the snow. So all I've got to do with that video is I've got to do the studio side of it, put all the running in it, and then I'll release it. So the video you're going to see after I fit the brushless system to the Sentry will be the BBX. Now, I've done an unboxing video of the BBX, but we've got to build it up. So I'm going to be doing that next, and there'll be a full chassis build, and then I'll paint up the body. If you're interested in the BBX, there is a raffle that's live. I'll put a link in the description. So we'll get that finished. I'm really looking forward to that one because I haven't actually seen a BBX in real life or had a good look at it, and it's very different, and I'm a big fan of it. I love what Tammy have done with it, so I'm looking forward to the experience of building it on the show, and it will be a detailed build as well. Not sure if I'm going to go box art colours or not. I don't know. I've seen quite a few of them that look really nice. In the acid green looks nice. I've seen it in camel yellow, looks really nice. I've even seen it as a frog. That looked good. With the white with the pink around the side. So I don't know, but we've got to build up the chassis first anyway. So that's coming. Not only that build, but straight after that, the team associated B7, my 2-wheel drive racing buggy, that has to have a detailed build on it. Now, I do plan to run that on the 15th of March, so I need to get the full build of the chassis and the body and all the electronics, and have it finished by the 15th of March so I can run it to finish that video. So there's 2 videos I've got to do before the 16th of March, which is the Saturday. So we've got a lot to do. Also, I don't have any race electronics for it, so I'll better get the old credit card out again and pick up some more electronics for it. So I need to order a servo, a ESC and motor for it, because the original plan of that, I took all the electronics out the B6.4 and it's currently in my YZ870C, which I'm going to run again, so I can't take that out. Oh god, it's getting confusing. Anyway, just after that, the Super Dogfighter, I now have a really big upgrade for it, so it's going to come back on the show. I've got a lovely carbon chassis, I've got a load of option towers, There's been lots of work done on that to fix some of the weird things, like the battery's on the same side as the motor in the original kit, which is kind of odd. So the battery has now been moved to the other side to help with the weight distribution. Also, the servo has to be moved as well, and that's been done. And the steering, I have a steering upgrade for it. That bar, yeah, that's not that great, so I've got to change all the steering around as well. Also, I've got to pick up some shocks for it. I want to pick up some Team Associated B6.2 upwards shocks. There was a set of 4 of them that were perfect, but someone nabbed them before I decided that's what I was going to do. Now, I have talked about raffling the Super Dogfighter off. I haven't ruled it out, but I'm not sure yet. You see, the reason I'm going to give you the announcement of why, as I posted that there's going to be a big thing coming to RCKicks, probably the biggest kind of build project, and that is I'm getting a TrickBits YZ10R. It's quite a rare beast. It's been out for about a year, and it's made in the UK, and I've decided I'm going to get one on the show, and I'm going to take it racing. It's been raced already this year, and it's looking very promising. So I thought I would push the boat out. It is very expensive RC, and it's also something very exclusive. So being the channel so small, raising that level of funds is going to be a challenge. So I kind of thought in my head, maybe I should let the Super Dogfighter go as a raffle and then take that money, and hopefully that'll cover most of the TrickBits kit. The actual chassis takes about 2 months to be built. So even though I put the deposit down, because it's such a small number, he basically builds them bespoke. It's going to take about 2 months before that to come to the show. So don't expect it next week, but it's definitely coming, and I'm going to do a high detailed build of it in as much detail as I can, because this is such a unique car and there is no content on it at all really, apart from a few running videos. I thought that would be a brilliant one, so I'm kind of pushing the boat out on this one. So I hope you're going to really enjoy that content when it comes. I'll put a link to TrickBits in the description if you want to know more. Some of you will obviously know, but a lot of you probably won't, so go check it out. It's a stunning bit of a kit. Also, I've been talking to Plague Bearings, who's a big sponsor of the show, and he's going to supply me the racing ceramic bearings for the PR Racing, which is another one that I'm doing, which is my 4x4, the B7, and also the TrickBits. So there's all that going as well. He's going to sponsor those, which is brilliant as well. So that's another layer of complexity that's going on in the background. We're just trying to sort out all the bearings and what they're listed, so that when he sends them to me, I've got them. On top of that, we have coming basically now from Rochester RC is the Hotshot 2. So I've got to drop that build in as well. So maybe I'll raffle the Hotshot 2 off instead of the Super Dog. Let's not complicate it too much. I'll work through it. It's not like I always have a master plan. Things unfold as we go. I have just taken delivery of a Team Associated B4 in its kit form. I'll put some images up here. You can see it. To build it. Now, this was gifted to me and it arrived yesterday, and basically it's a car that was once built up that has then had tons of brand new parts collected to turn it into a shelf queen, and I've been gifted that one, so I'm going to build that on the show. Not sure when that one's going to happen. A lot of these have got to happen first before that comes in, but just to keep you in the loop, that will come at some point in the next probably month and a half, I would think. Another little project that needs finishing is this. It's the Sentry with the Bronco body from Proline. I've got to paint this up. It all works and everything. I've just put this body on it. So far I've got it out and I've mounted it, but obviously got to paint it. Looking forward to this one, as it's quite a big body, very square, so masking it up shouldn't be too difficult. So that's going to be back on the show. Also, I want to pick up the Proline shocks. They're a little bit expensive, but I'll add those as well in a future video. Then after that, maybe I'll change out the wheels and tyres. We'll just have to wait and see. But I love the look of this. I really do. It's gorgeous. So I really can't wait to get it painted up and bring it to life. So that's another project that is booked in. in the next 3 weeks or so. It's going to be a busy month. One other thing that's now going to be back on the show that you're going to be very pleased about, and that is the Blazing Blazer is coming back to be finished. That's basically having the roof put on, the decals on, the front grille done, and also I now have the electronics. Yeah, so I'm going to fit that, so that will be coming back on the show in the next month and a half. I know a lot of you have really been looking forward to seeing that one finished, and yeah, sorry about it's taken so long. It's a bit of my fault because it sits on my desk just off camera here, and I look at it every single day, and it takes the most prominent place in the actual collection. And because I see it every day and the drive is amazing on it, it looks almost finished to me, so I kind of keep kicking the can down the road. But now I've got the electronics, there is no excuse, and there is enough content to make a whole final video on it where I fit all the electronics, put the decals on, put the roof on, and do the front grille. So that will be coming as well. That is pretty much it. So stay tuned, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as you don't want to miss out on all that, do you? Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Bye bye. I'm going to be so busy.